Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Trash Talk Podcast, the show, TM.
Yes, everyone, registered trademark because nobody else wanted the moniker because they took one look at our show and we're staying the hell away from that. Welcome back to another episode of the show, guys. We have some great topics planned, at least I know I do. Emilio is wearing probably the most disgusting thing I've ever seen someone wear in my life. If you're watching the video,
what's your Marvel shirt? Actually, you're wearing a Marvel shirt. I think I have the exact same shirt.
Do you actually?
Yeah, I have the exact same shirt. Holy crap!
My gosh! This is you're wait, hold on. You have the.
I have the exact same shirt.
Shit, he has the same shirt as I do. Oh my god. How meta is this, dude? We didn't even mean to match. Dude, take your shirt off for the episode and put that one on so we can only get some OnlyFans action in here. We can also be matching. That's awesome.
All right. I'm gonna change. Hold on.
Wait, are you actually? I didn't think he was actually gonna do it. Well, it's better than the garbage he was wearing beforehand. So, it was a Packers jersey for those of you who didn't know, because none of you are gonna watch the video of this. So, you guys need some visualization. I can't believe it. That is like the biggest coincidence I think on the show thus far.
All right, we're all both rocking the same freaking shirt, everybody.
Can you say twinsies, guys? Think
so,
about it.
For everybody who's just listening, which is the majority of our audience,
pretty much,
and you're hella confused, I just noticed that Ryan and I own the same Marvel shirt. We both shop at the same Toys R Us for clothes.
We're the same Walmart style apparel.
Yeah,
that we like to rock on this show.
Dude, what the fuck?
I know, it's crazy. Like, Emilio and I, we're twinning today. I mean, we got the shirt, we have the tanness, we have the glasses. It's great. Yeah. I can't believe it. This was, by the way, this was not planned. You guys might think this was a bit. No, this was unplanned. This is not a joke.
I literally just noticed.
Yeah,
wow.
He just, as soon as we started to record, he's like, "Holy shit, I have the same shirt you do." Oh my god! Which means he stole it from my wardrobe again. I know I have a fucking shirt somewhere.
I stole the strain from your shirt's hair and I cloned it.
You're telling me you wasted years of research and thousands of dollars to clone a shirt?
Yeah, I did it for the meme.
How do you clone a shirt, though, is my question.
I mean, it took me 10 years of research. I don't think I can explain it in an hour-long podcast.
We haven't even known each other for 10 years. It's been like going on 6.
Well, I was going to clone a different shirt, but, I thought, oh, well,
why didn't you just buy one? It'd probably be cheaper to buy it, honestly.
No, I don't know. I think my grandma got me this shirt.
I gotta be honest, I think some family members got it for me like this year or last year from I'm trying to remember the name of this. It's a local clothing store chain in my area. It's a higher end clothing store, but I think this shirt is from there.
Oh hell yeah, this is high end as frick, yo.
Bootleg made in China apparel.
Yeah, I can't believe our shirt was made by the same exploited kid. That's really
Does he make $12 a week too?
Probably makes a lot less.
Oh gosh, a penny on the penny.
Again. Anyway, so this podcast is it's getting too real, so we have to go to the dumb shit.
Yeah. So as I prefaced to Emilio, I do have a few topics, guys. 2 of them are actually stories of my own, and a third is kind of a recent media question that me and Emilio might have some separate thoughts on. So it's kind of what I have. One's a funny story, another one's an interesting fact about something I actually have around my house, and again, the other one is a popular media topic right now, so that's what I have. So I'll start with a few of my actual stories. So I want to tell you, first of all, guys, the time I got frisked at an airport, one of the first times I actually went to the airport, I got stopped by security, and I actually got the special treatment everyone gets when they're caught smuggling drugs through TSA. No, okay, the drug part didn't happen, but I did actually get stopped by airport security and frisked. So it was one of my first trips years ago. I was like probably 14 or 15 at the time, and I went on a trip out to Arizona, and I went there and visited for the first time.
Very exotic.
Yes, very exotic location, guys. I saw all of the wombats they have out there.
Oh, it's so cool.
Probably if you're wondering, I got up to a lot of business while I was in Arizona. It was a business trip. So if you guys see any wombats with my face out there in Arizona, if you live there, ignore that. My business was taken care of, professionally speaking. So with that in mind, though, when I was going to leave Arizona, I was going through airport security, and they said it was a random check. But as I'm going through with my bags, because this is one of my first times at an airport, I honestly didn't really know how it worked. The security gate went off. It started beeping like crazy, and everyone around me that was trying to get their bags were just staring at me like I was caught with like a freaking blow up doll in my bag or something like that sticking out. So lo and behold, the airport security is like, "Sir, we're gonna have to subject you to a random item search." And I'm like, "Wait, what?" My dad goes over and he's like, "What do you mean? What's going on here? We're in front of all these people, or do you want us to take you out to a back room?" I should have said the back room because I chose to have it done in front of all the people. So it was an interesting process. I mean, they didn't cavity search me or anything like that. For those of you fan fiction writers out there, but what they did was they searched. I think it was one of the buttons on my pants or like my jacket or something like that, because they patted me down. They had me take my shoes off, my jacket and whatnot, and they searched me right there in front of everybody. And I'm just thinking to myself, they think I'm some kind of criminal or something. I mean, there's a guy out there smuggling 50 bales of weed through security, and they're patting me down for a button on my jacket. I mean, lo and behold, though, it didn't turn out to be a big deal or anything like that. They eventually just ended up letting us pass. But that was the first and only time I've been frisked by airport security in my life.
Wow, what an interesting story.
Yeah,
Uh,
he totally cared about that. Definitely.
I don't
Dude,
know.
I could have been.
I've been stopped a bunch of times. One
I've
time they,
never been stopped actually, other than that one time in an airport. I've never been stopped any other time, like security wise.
well, I don't know. My grandma once got stopped because she had like the exact same name as like someone on a watch list, so they
Oh my!
detained her. Yeah, yeah. I've been stopped a bunch of times. One time they
Gotcha.
thought I had a bomb because they scanned my laptop and they thought, oh,
We know
this
the
12-year-old definitely smuggling bomb. Yes, sir.
dude. Look, outside of my experience with it, I think we all know the real reason why you were stopped that time. It wasn't because they thought you had a bomb. It was because you were wearing our canceled trash talk merch. They saw it and they're like, "Nah, dude, you're not going. You're not going on the airplane. You're gonna take that shirt off and we're gonna burn it right in front of everyone to send a message." That's the real reason. Come on.
Uh, yeah. Anyways, so what's the other topic? Maybe it's more interesting. Maybe I
Oh,
won't
for
have to cut. Maybe I won't have to cut this one out.
oh yeah, ha ha ha. Well, send us a voicemail, guys, if you've ever been stopped at airport security before, or hit like on the video version, which none of you will. The other thing was actually an interesting fact about my life too, Emilio. What do you think I have around my house in terms of vehicles or anything like that?
A
Like,
tank.
what's the most unusual thing you could think of that I may have in my yard?
A tank.
I wish, but no.
It's gonna be like a super specific thing.
Something along those lines. What do you think?
I don't know, like one of these huge trailers.
No, it's not my mobile home. No, it's I don't live in a trailer, but assuming I did, I actually stole it from a buddy of mine. So he's looking for it still. So I hope he doesn't listen to this podcast.
A
No, it's not a trailer.
submarine.
Submarine. Yeah, a submarine in that's not even close to the ocean. Yeah, sure. No,
You said it was unusual. Well, pretty friggin' weird.
which is a submarine. Wow.
Like, what type of vehicle is it? Is it like land?
If I tell you what you don't have to guess the like specific brand or anything like that. It's like it's not a sub. I'll tell you because I don't know if you're gonna get it or not. Would you believe me if I told you I had an airplane in my backyard?
Why is there an airplane in your backyard?
Okay, so sorry, this is a true story. My dad many years ago when I was a younger teenager, he went to
Escaped South America via this tiny little airplane.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah. The airplane with no propeller on the front of it. Yeah, he'd make great use flying across the ocean in that thing.
Well,
No,
do you even know where South America is?
dude, I thought it was up north. Isn't that the other country connected to the United States?
No, that's Alaska.
You mean the state, right?
No, Alaska's a country.
Yeah, sure,
Anyway, so
definitely.
why is there a plane in your backyard?
So my dad years ago, he went and actually ended up picking up a plane from a scrapyard and whatnot. Basically just thought it was cool, something we could have. It's a small Cessna airplane that was loaded onto a trailer that's it been in my backyard, like in this area, play area where me and my siblings used to play a lot. And that plane's been there by there ever since. It's an actual Cessna airplane. It's a small one, but it's an actual airplane propped up in like concrete blocks and whatnot. It's been there for years. The interior and whatnot is pretty much the same, minus the seats and the actual controls. There's no propeller on the front of it, but it is an actual airplane that I've had in my yard for a long time in the backyard. So it was just an interesting tidbit I've never talked about here on the show. The fact that I have an airplane in my yard. It can't go anywhere. It can't do anything that an airplane would actually do, but it's something cool.
Well, that's like a random thing. It took you 4 seasons to reveal to all of us that you
It's
just,
actually
just
that's
are.
actually it's so natural to me. I forgot. I must have forgot about it all that time.
This is why I hate doing this podcast with you. You sometimes have like really cool stories, but I don't know if you don't realize that they could be interesting, and you tell us this boring story about how you got stopped at airport security. Because, like, I remember a couple seasons ago, we took a break, and I told you, Ryan, did anything interesting happen to you? And you're like, no, I just did school and played video games and jerked off to Paul Rudd. And
Okay.
then we're midway in the conversation, and you told me, oh, I got a new car because I hit a deer. And like that would have been something I would have liked to hear about. I don't know, like was the deer okay? Did you pay its
I like it.
insurance?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, asking about the deer instead of my safety. Thanks, man. Appreciate that.
I mean, you're here.
No, it's just
I know you're alive, but what happened to the deer?
I can't see my lower half. I could have lost my legs. I I could have been walking on
Touche.
stilts this whole time.
I stand
Yeah,
corrected.
I have to shit through a tube now because of that. Thank you very much. And you never bothered to ask me about that. So
Oh, see, because you never bring it up. How it's not like, hey, do you shit through a tube? It's not a natural question.
I like I like to think of like I said, there's a lot of interesting things that happened with me, but over time I'm like, should I tell Emilio this particular detail? Because if I tell him I have a plane, he's gonna try and steal it from me again. So do I really want to tell him about it? No. It's just details that come up in my life that I'm like, oh, these would make good stories or good podcast topics. Not the fact I don't want to talk about it. It's just for me, like this. I've had this plane, for example, for years. It's just something that's natural to me. Don't really think too much of nowadays. It just came in my head for a topic actually earlier today, or at least a talking point.
I mean, a friend of my sister, he's like very rich, like I don't know what their parents do, but they have a lot of money. But I don't think that guy realizes that his family is wealthy because one time he just randomly dropped like, oh yeah, my family, we usually take out a plane on weekends. It's like, what?
Like I
You
say, it's
guys
so
own-
nonchalantly though, right? It's like it's not
Yeah,
even a big deal to them.
yeah.
It's same thing with me, like owning the plane. Like it's again,
Yeah.
it's something to me that
Ryan's
I'm just
also a bajillionaire.
yeah, definitely. Actually, well, I'm not a bajillionaire. His parents are bajillionaires because I think they were the lawyers for my alimony case. So,
Oh,
I,
oh, that's
yeah,
right. That's how I met you.
I think yeah,
Um,
that's right. And that's also where your friend got his parents' money from.
um,
It was all from my pocket.
yeah, it's all connected. The Trash Talk cinematic universe.
Cinematic universe. Gosh damn it. No, but the third thing I had in mind, guys, wasn't a story. This was something actually intriguing I wanted to run by Emilio because I think we both might have our own respective thoughts on it.
Have you ever
So,
bought a
not,
plane?
yes, no, it has not. Yeah, it's definitely to do. No, it has nothing to do with the plane. No, it was actually something intriguing to me. So the topic isn't about the film because we've delved into a few films already. And Amelia, I know, didn't watch it. The latest James Bond film that came out, Daniel Craig's No Time to Die. I watched it. Good film. But that was Daniel Craig's last James Bond film. James Bond
Yeah.
has been a recurring film franchise since Sean Connery did, I think, back in like the 60s, 70s, somewhere in that range.
Yeah.
With
Our audience is like under like 20 years old, so thank you for explaining.
yeah, everyone was, but everyone No, come on, dude. Everyone knows the Twilight Zone from the 1940s and 50s. Everyone knows that show. No, but there's been a main actor for the James Bond series for a long time. But since this was Craig's last movie, what celebrity should play the next James Bond?
No one. I think we should just kill the franchise. It's gone for
Well, we
long
know
enough.
that's not going to happen. It was intriguing to me because there's been so many interviews lately with celebrities jumping on the bandwagon, being like, "Hey, I'd do it." Like Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, has said he wanted to do it. Ryan Reynolds recently said that he wanted to do it. There's just been quite a few actors out there who have been wanting to play it, and it was an interesting point to me because it was proposed for the first time ever that a woman should play James Bond, which I wouldn't be against. I feel like that would be a cool idea to integrate into the formula. But Daniel Craig himself, I remember from an interview, even came out and said, this series, from the novels to the films, has never had a lead actress as James Bond. Do not cast her. Do not cast an actress as James Bond. So that begs the question, if an actor or actress would play James Bond next, who would be the best candidate? Or at the very least, what kind of person could we expect to fill the role?
Timothy Chalamet. I don't give a shit. I'm not 50.
I don't even know. I don't even know who the hell that is.
You don't know who Timothy Chalamet is?
Actually, I have no idea. No.
Oh God, I'm gonna have to show Ryan who the frick.
Oh no. Look, guys. I think I should. In order to have
He
a good
isn't in
character-
any superhero movies. That's why you don't know him.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's one of the only movies I watched.
He's this guy.
Holy crap! It's my cousin.
Anyway, so Ryan has just discovered who Timothy Chalamet is, and
Yes. I just saw this tongue out and a peace sign. That's what I remember from that one photo I saw.
he was in Dune, Call Me by Your Name, Lady Bird, The King, Little Women, Beautiful Boy, Wonka, French Dispatch, Interstellar. He was at the Oscars. I don't know why they give this as a credit. Like
Oh my god.
the Oscars.
So he should be the
test.
next James Bond actor. I feel like though the next person who plays James Bond though, it's a very particular role. You could probably attribute how many iconic movie roles to a certain actor or actress. Like, okay, I couldn't imagine anyone else playing them. Like Hugh Jackman, can't picture anyone else playing Wolverine. Al Pacino, can't picture anyone else filling his role in like The Godfather, for
Jack
example.
and Jill, yeah.
Yeah, because everybody. Jack and Jill was such a great movie. I'll tell you, it was my favorite Adam Sandler film. No, but I was gonna say, like James Bond, though, it's a particular movie role that you need to have a personality that has the wit, the charm, the personality to have like the stereotypical secret agent spy that saves the woman, saves the world. And Connery, for example, he was an amazing actor when he was around. Rest in peace, Sean Connery, but he was a fantastic actor, and I think he was. Honestly, he was probably the best James Bond. I think he wasn't in my favorite Bond film, but he filled the role very well. So if you were going to, because this is a very debated topic with film right now, I feel like if you're going to have an actor or actress play him, you have to fill a certain criteria with it, which is a kind of culture with other films anyway.
Yeah. So, anyways, I have a friend who doesn't have a plane. See, the thing is,
Oh
I don't know, dude. I don't care about the James Bond movies.
Yeah.
So to me, it's like cool if they tell me, Adam Sandler is gonna be James Bond. I'm like, okay, cool. Still not gonna watch it.
I am dropping off the film franchise if that happens. There's people that should not play certain roles. Adam Sandler, no, thank you. Please stick with the Pixels 2 sequel and Grown Ups 3.
I mean,
Grown Ups 3, stick with that.
Adam Sandler is a good actor. He's not a good
I
writer,
don't mind
which
him
is
as an
different.
actor. It's like he's just in a lot of really bad movies. I mean, but all in all, though, guys, yes, there's just a few general things I wanted to discuss. Emilio's, simple-mindedness aside on many of those topics. I hope you guys at least find them somewhat interesting. Especially,
I can't understand these really elaborate action movies.
Well,
Guys,
we're not
I'm
on action
sorry.
movies, though. I mean, you guys should be jealous, though, that I own a plane and you don't. I'm living the rich lifestyle out here.
That is true.
Yes, my plane's so cool it doesn't even have a propeller to actually work. So
Yeah,
that's
so
how special I
basically
am.
just showing it off. Like, what a dick.
I know. Look, I'm gonna get gold chrome put on the side of it now, just to spite everybody. Yeah, right. No, that's way too expensive. I'm gonna use that gold for my gold teeth that you guys can't see. Never
Um,
talked about that either.
yeah. Please never smile. It's like very weird. Oh shit!
That's how I blind
Watch
everybody.
the video version to see Ryan's teeth.
Puts a Patreon logo over it so that entice everyone to give us money.
Um. Anyway, so
So what do you have?
the list is back, baby.
Oh no! See, the list died last time, guys. And while we
Yeah.
were talking about Emilio's great anti-vax team, that isn't that great last episode. The list we
Oh,
found
yeah,
out
the
was dead.
Packers.
So
Oh
unfortunately,
yeah, we also talked about Chris Pratt playing Garfield,
yeah, that's
which
right.
I just wanna call this before it happens. Chris Pratt's gonna play a Transformer. I don't know which Transformer.
Yeah,
He's going to
right,
voice
okay.
the Transformer. I'm if it happens before, if Chris Pratt dies and he never got to play a Transformer, you can hold it over my head forever. But it's gonna happen.
If that
Everybody.
happens, Emilio will actually eat his matching shirt if Chris Pratt dies before he voices a Transformer for a video. Which speaking of video, I wanted to. This is a few episodes back. I introduced something called the Confrontation Spotlight, and I'm kind of bringing it out here a second. We're filming this on a Sunday, right?
Yeah,
Friday
sure.
is since passed. Where's the Now You See Me video, Emilio?
I don't know. I finished editing.
As someone
and
who
everything.
said he was going to have it up by Friday.
I said I would
It is not
try.
Yes, and he didn't try hard enough to get it up because it's Sunday and it's not around yet.
Well, I mean, the video's ready to post, but I'm gonna sit on it for a bit.
Oh yes, sit on it for a bit to rack up 10,000 views a shirt beforehand.
I don't know. I'm just gonna. I have like. I want to like also work on other videos so I don't go on another like really long hiatus.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that would imply that people actually watch his content outside of his TV show. So you're right. You're right.
Oh well. At least I'm not just the guy from the podcast.
People still watch my
say
videos and don't have it uploaded.
say a number between 1 and 36.
All right, and once again, guys, I am not going to do the same bit where I say something completely outside the norm. I'm going to say a number within the 1 to 36 range for Emilio. You ready for this?
All right, let's go.
All right, 20
He's
and
thinking
3/4.
of a joke. Oh shit. Oh, fuck. 24.
Technically 20 and 3/4.
20. I'm gonna do 24 because that's what I heard.
Fine. 24. We'll go with 24.
All right. So we get number 4. So I got my first haircut since quarantine, and it was very weird.
Oh, no. Why couldn't have you just gone bald? It would have made this topic a lot more simple. There would be no hair to talk about.
I don't know. I feel like I'm playing with fire because everybody on my mom's side, all of them still have hair, but everybody on my dad's side is bald.
Yeah,
So-
bald gang. Come on, Emilio, join the join the gang.
It looks very enticing.
Oh, come on! How is this not enticing? Come on.
But yeah, I went to finally get my haircut because I finally got the vaccine, so I finally felt like confident to go over to my barber. I learned actually at the place where I got my haircut normally, they fired my barber, so I had to test out a new guy. And
I think I know the reason why they fired your barber. A while back, Emilio made a video where he shaved himself bald the other year to celebrate a channel milestone. His barber got so depressed that he didn't have any more hair to cut, that he was going to lose out on Emilio's business, that he just like, look, just please fire me.
3 years ago, yeah. Yeah. You never know what you have until you lose it. Anyway, so yeah, I tested out this new guy.
Barber.
He's really funny. We joked about anti-vaxxers because, like, have you heard of this guy called Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah. Have you guys heard of this team called the Green Bay Packers?
Technically, it's just Aaron Rodgers that we know of. And,
also, fun fact: the Green Bay Packers lost this evening. By the way,
yeah,
just
and the
to throw
Steelers
that
are going
out
to
there.
lose tomorrow anyway. So who cares?
No, I don't think so. I think the
Anyways.
Steelers are going to do just fine. They're going to do better than the Packers did when they choked at the last second. But anyway, go on, buddy. Go on, your barber.
Anyway, so he says, one time I shot a guy with Steelers Steelers fan. And I thought, oh, so I have this friend called Ryan. This is his address. And anyway, so you have 2
Hires
weeks
a
to
hitman
live.
to go after him. Like,
You have
listen,
two,
this is my friend who's a Packers fan. I really don't like the team support. So can you send a message to the Steelers and please kill him, please? I would very much appreciate it.
anyway, so yeah, that was a haircut. It felt, I don't know, it felt weird going back there. It had been like almost 2 years since my last like professional haircut, because
Ooh.
during quarantine my sister cut my hair, and let's say if you watch the video version, there was some mistakes committed.
Yeah, there
Um,
was some mistakes. There was a point where Emilio confesses it was a home haircut, which was fine. Again, if he was going to go bald, he would have avoided this issue entirely. There'd be no hair to cut.
I mean, at the start of the pandemic, I remember everybody was shaving their head, and I was like, I've been there, done that. If it's not for views, it's not really for me.
No, they're
Um,
slowly turning into the boss. They're all
and
shaving their head bald. They're just trying to steal. Guys, I made this look good before they tried to jump on the train. All right, I started it.
yeah. Luckily, the guy said that he thinks there's a low chance that I'll go bald, but I'm not willing to risk it.
I don't know, buddy. I saw a bald
Uh,
spot once in your head, so I don't know about that one.
Um. So that's it. That's it. Say another number, Ryan, between one
Great
and
topic. for Emilio.
25.
No, we're not going 25. Go 12. No, 10. We'll go 10.
Ooh, so finally we get to talk about getting the vaccine.
We
'Cause we
already
did-
did that.
No, we didn't talk about it. We referenced it, but I never said what happened. Okay.
Yes, you did.
No, what happened? Tell me.
You and your
were
friend
there.
Marco. You and your friend Marco went down.
Yeah, but that was the first time. Okay.
That
was the first shot.
Time.
Yeah, we never.
Uh,
This is the vaccine part 2. More vaccine, more furious.
Oh,
And
what a great movie franchise.
yeah,
All right,
vaccine
sure.
Tokyo Drift.
Yeah, we can get into it. I have a bit of, I guess, more detail to go into with my second one, because the second one was admittedly more notable than the first one.
Anyway, as you know, I had to go to this other city so I could get the AstraZeneca vaccine. It's kind of funny because the vaccination center is directly in front of the building where Marca works at. So he was telling me, "Hey, bro, can we go another day?" Is that I have to go to pick up some stuff on Thursday. I don't think I'll make it. And I told him, "Bro, your office is literally in front of the vaccination center."
Oh my gosh.
He was like, "Oh yeah." Anyway, so I go there. There's a long ass line, and my school said that they would not, they wouldn't allow us to skip class to get the vaccine, which is like very stupid in my
Oh,
mind.
come on. Should go out and get a vaccine, especially if you told them you were going to get paid for it. That would have added a lot more cost to your case. Like, dude, I'm not sitting through class. I'm getting paid $100 to get this thing. Like, hell no.
See, there's not a lot of anti-vaxxers here, so there's like
They don't live in Wisconsin.
there's nothing. I have heard about of places where they have like vaccine lotteries where you can win like a lot of
But
money.
no joke, that's an actual thing in my area that I've heard about
Yeah.
here and there. I've seen it on the news and in papers and not the paper, but like online articles and whatnot. There was an auction I remember that they had where you could win like a car and like a crazy amount of money because if you got the vaccine, you had a number entered into like the state lottery, so you would win like thousands of dollars if your number was drawn, for example. And it only went for like a month, but it was supposed to encourage people to get the vaccine. The problem is, though, you do that, you're losing out on a ton of money you could be pouring back into something more useful, like promoting the vaccine, for example, instead of giving it to people who just went to get one dose. So, I feel like it's
I
better
don't know,
use.
man. I know that like in the U.S. they've been struggling a lot to get people vaccinated. So
Yeah, it's been a hassle. Like I said, I've had my shots done for a few months now or so, and I can tell you this: a lot of people, I'm aware of a lot of people who have gotten it done. Like everyone in my family, for example, has had it done for a while. That being said, though, I also know a good amount of people. It took them either forever to get it, or they just still outright refuse to do it, one way or the other.
yeah.
Which I don't get why, but it's like, we're afraid of getting tracked by the government. I'm like,
You already
Again,
have a cell phone.
yeah, it
So
does. They can track you on your cell phone. They can track you through your microwave in your oven, thanks to Mr.
yeah.
Snowden years back. So, I mean, you're basically hooked. I take my microwave with me in my plane everywhere I go, so the government already knows about my activities. It doesn't even matter.
That's cool.
Like I said, dude, I'm living like the rich lifestyle here. My broken down plane that I take everywhere. My gosh, you guys wish you were me with that. You wish you had that plane.
I am feeling very depressed after this conversation. um, so I'm in the line taking class, right, and then I finally make it to the registry, and the guy starts asking me, and I tell him, "Hold on, dude, I'm in the middle of class." And I explain the situation. They're like, they're not letting us skip because in theory we could take class from the vaccination center, still be there. And the guy says, "Yeah, oh man, that's like full of shit. This thing is super important. Why don't they care? They're fucking idiots." And I tell him, "Yeah. You're spitting facts. Just let me mute my microphone. Hold on." And he laughed. The teacher didn't laugh because they heard all that, but whatever.
Yeah, what a great conversation to have in your class.
No, I'm just kidding. He didn't listen, but yeah, I mean, there was a really long line because like the first time I went, it was like I think 30 minutes long, and this time I was there for 2 hours, which is sad. But I know people that were waiting for 5 hours, and actually the guy that cut my hair told me that he was standing in line and like one of the nurses came over and they were counting and they went like, "Here." And then, "Everybody else, you can go home now. We have no more shots up until this point." It was like, fuck.
It's like, well, you
yeah.
know. I mean, they ran out of vaccines. I mean, guys, if you spit on your hands and rub them, that's basically the equivalent of getting it. So, do that and you're protected. You're fine. Don't bother washing your hands afterwards either. Spit cures all.
Yeah, and there was this meme going around that's like, "What's your best pickup line?" And I said, "I'm vaccinated."
It's the only way you're gonna get it. It's the only way you can kiss someone else on the street, guys. That's the only way you're gonna be able to do it now. Big neon sign that says "I'm vaccinated" above you.
So you wanted to talk about the James Bond thing again? Why did you say you wanted to add more stuff to it a bit?
What the James Bond thing? No,
yeah, because you said you wanted to add it to it. You just said.
No, I was talking about my vaccination, like my second shot. Yeah, the James Bond thing I think is kind of like I just wanted to preface something about it myself, but no, Emilio knows nothing about the topic, so it's not
really funny joke. Really funny joke incoming.
Thank you. Yeah, he didn't even hear what I said there. For those of you watching, Emilio actually turned around, flashed his ass to the camera. So please watch the video version. You guys will be able to see that in 4K.
Yeah, and then at the same time, I took off my headphones. It was really funny.
Anyways, you put it on. I don't know how you put it on your ass. That was impressive. I gotta say.
I'll teach you when you're older. Anyways,
just don't show me. Don't show me your cheeks again. But anywho, so with my second vaccine shot. It was interesting because the second time was, again, I mentioned this in a previous episode we did. That was the shot that had the worst side effects for me. Originally,
you drove home that time.
I did. Well, I drove home both times. Like the first time, again, wasn't a big deal. It was just a bit of sore pain. When I got up to the facility the second time, they had the usual procedure where you had to go in, you had to check in, write down your information on like a clipboard, wait in the waiting room. They brought me into there. They asked me which arm I wanted it injected in, and I'm like, I'd rather go with my left arm because my right arm is very important to me. So because I'm right hand dominant, so I use it for a lot of things.
Yeah. So that was clear.
Yeah, sure. I hope so. I mean, this arm's more jacked for a reason.
I got vaccinated on both sides. I don't know what the frick. I forgot to mention that. But
I don't know.
My first shot was on this arm, and the next time the nurse comes over and they're trying to pinch me here, and I told them, "Oh, I got it on the other side," and then she says, "Oh, you're a lefty?" I'm like, "I'm a lefty?" But no, I'm right. Like, I'm right-handed. Like, oh, it's just weird. That you're supposed to get it on just one side. Like,
and
shit.
No muscle definition either. Would you look at that?
Oh, I'm sure you're 100% muscle.
That's 100% muscle there. We'll ignore the Twinkie load. Um, no, but
Anyway,
the
so
funny
when you
thing is,
got chipped, how do you feel when you were like rebooted? Like, did your eyes glow? I couldn't
yeah,
see the color green for five
yeah,
days.
sorry, my programming shut off there, guys. I had to reboot. Mr. Zuckerberg, thank you for that, by the way. No, so the second time, yeah, they had me get it done on my left arm. It was the same arm each time for my first and second shot. So when I got it done, I had to wait out in the hallway for like 15 minutes roughly because they had to make sure you didn't have like an allergic reaction. Because on the paperwork they gave us, they had an entire list of ingredients to make sure that you weren't allergic to. I wasn't allergic to anything on that list.
But I didn't
Um,
recognize any of them.
yeah, they were all written in Egyptian hieroglyphics to make sure you couldn't sue them later. So I'm like, well, I'm just going to trust you guys and assume that it's safe. I'm not going to keel over in this chair and die. Thank you very much. So after there was another girl there too. I think they got it done as well. Eventually I was able to leave. I'm going back home, and my arm I can tell already is gonna like this thing at the very least is gonna be incredibly sore. So I'm like, if my car careens off the highway, well, my eulogy is going to be probably the shittiest funeral that you've ever heard in your
Oh
life.
man, I want the plane. That's what I want.
Oh, you just wanted to inherit the plane. Well, fortunately for me, you're cut out of the will
Ah,
because you
crap.
dissed my plane earlier. So the plane is actually going to a homeless shelter. It'll
For
be a lot.
planes.
It'll be a lot more useful for them. I'm actually giving it to Adam Sandler. It's going to be Plane, the movie. It's
Oh
just going to be filming the shitty wreck of the plane for like 3 hours. It's going to be
yeah.
great. But no,
Is the film only going to be shot for 3 hours, or is the film going to be 3 hours long?
it's going to be shot for 3 hours, and then they're going to double the length, so 6 hour movie roughly. So 6 hours of just like the plane wreckage. Adam Sandler occasionally comes in and shows his dong every once in a while, but that's you have to watch the whole movie to see it.
Oh, okay.
So
I am intrigued at
either
this
way,
plot.
yeah, he's going to steal it and write it into his own. I'm going to see a video from Emilio. Random plane, what? It's going to be that same 6 hour video. I'm like, all right, I just want to see where the dong is and how did you get Adam Sandler? No,
Close
but like
friend
I
of the
said,
family.
gosh damn it, he stole my idea again, just like he always does.
Anyways.
But yeah, when I was driving down I drove myself back home. That was the second vaccine shot was the one that was the worst reaction. When I woke up the next morning, I was supposed to go into work, and I told my coworkers the day before, guys, I'm telling you right now, the second shot, I may not be in the next day. Boy, oh boy, I was right because I felt so sick when I woke up the next morning because again, the second shot from because I got Moderna, that's the shot that's infamous for having like flu-like symptoms, which I did. I called my workplace and I'm like, don't tell me it's the vaccine shot, right? I'm like, yep, I'm not gonna be
No,
able to
I'm
come
just
into work today.
hungover.
yeah, yeah, I was hungover. I said the vaccine, but I was actually
This
hungover.
the entire Trash Talk podcast is just so that Ryan can justify his sick days to his boss. So basically, he plays the shows. It's like, see, I was sick. I mentioned it on the show I'm in.
Yeah,
Trash
this
Talk
whole
is a social experiment, and it has come to an end.
this show
Thank
has
you
just
so
been a
much for
cover.
participating in it.
Thank you. I'm proud to have been part of this work study. This whole show has just been a cover for my chronic alcoholism that I don't suffer from. Uh, no, but like
Whenever
I
I
said,
want.
yeah, I called work and I told him I'm basically not going to be able to come in that day. So at the end of it, I spent the rest of the day at home. It actually didn't take me too long to feel better from the vaccine, believe it or not. I know some people had flu-like symptoms for like 2 or 3 days afterwards. Mine, I felt better by that evening. Like it started off earlier in the morning, but then as like the evening like came up, I'm like, I feel fine. It didn't even really last a whole day then before I felt better. So I don't have any interesting 5 hour wait lines like Emilio did, but it was a bit more to it than my first one.
To celebrate, say a number between 1 and 16.
8.
8. Alrighty, so we got a tough one. So Mr. Beast is doing a Squid Game theme video, which is very controversial.
Oh yes. Okay.
I was fence-sitting this one very hard, but I saw I think it was Moist Critical's video about it, And I said, "Oh, okay. So then this game should not happen." um,
No,
I don't know.
he
What do
took
you
the
think
Lord
about it?
and went critical.
What do you think about this Mr. Beast squad cam?
Well, first of all, I can tell you after we discuss this topic, regardless of our opinion, Mr.
We
Beast
will
will not be
disappear.
paying us our $50,000 he promised Trash Talk. So, because we're talking about this publicly, we're not going to get paid now. But
Yeah, but we can put him in the thumbnail though.
oh yeah,
More
that's true. We can get
views.
clicks without his permission. That's true too. He has the money. He'll probably sue us.
Well, I mean, we're in minute 47. Well, technically it would be 37. So people will click on it, hear the weird. I don't even remember what we talked. Oh, the shirt thing, and be like, "This isn't Mr. Beast." What the frick?
They'll
Um,
skip to this time code, guys. No, so the Mr. Beast Squid Game controversy, I'm not going to claim to know all the details about it because I've seen news about it here and there. YouTubers talk about it that I've watched, as well as people discussing it on social media and whatnot. So from what I gather, the Mr. Beast, for those of you who didn't know as well, Mr. Beast is
is a YouTuber.
apparently, yeah, no, Mr. Beast, the porn star. That's who I was referring to.
Oh, you want to talk about? Okay, so I gotta do some reading before
Cheetah,
this one.
remember him? The guy with like the lion mane
Yeah,
and like
yeah,
the cheetah pelt, the Tarzan like loincloth. Yeah,
yeah.
we'll meet with him after this episode. He has sessions for both of us.
Hell yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So anyway, no. So Mr. Beast, from what I understand, Mr. Beast, he announced on Twitter one day fairly recently because he's making this entire video recreating from the popular Netflix show Squid Game, which is a show basically about poor people entering a game show and risking death to win a lot of money from the rich, essentially.
Squid Game.
Anyway, so no, Mr. Beast revealed on social media on Twitter that how much it cost for him to construct Squid Game, which is around $3 million or so.
Yes,
He
sir.
also had a few $1 million worth of prizes. The controversial part of this, a lot of people are saying, okay, not a huge deal or anything. Mr. Beast is spending a lot of money, making this video. He's going to help out a lot of people like he has. He's done a lot of charity work by giving away money, making an entertaining video. The controversy comes into the fact that people point out for all the money Mr. Beast has, for all the money he's constructing in this video, a lot of people are critiquing him right now for not donating that money to charity or to some kind of foundation or homeless shelter or something along those lines. People essentially think he's wasting all this money for something stupid, with considering the influence he has in the money supply. He could be doing something more beneficial. So Twitter was canceling Mr. Beast the other day because of this. I don't know if they still are at this time, but they were because of that.
The Twitter Illuminati.
Yes.
I don't think Mr.
I
Beast
love
was
Twitter.
canceled.
Now, I wouldn't say canceled, but he was definitely called out for it, and it became a big enough deal that where even other major YouTubers like Critical, for example, they were reporting on the news. So
yeah.
either I don't know, like everyone has a different opinion on it. I mean, I think
What do you think about it?
Mr. Beast is definitely a very public figure in many ways. He's not just a YouTuber. He's also someone who's opened up his own food pantry. He's someone who's given away a lot of money for charity. Heck, he's doing Team C's right now where they're trying to raise a few $1 million to help clean up a few million pounds of trash from the ocean. The man has definitely done a lot of what I like to think good charitable work to help people. That being said, though, when where the controversy comes in for him spending all this money on Squid Game, I can see both sides of it. I don't think it's as big a deal as what people are thinking it is, because at the same time, Mr. Beast has done a lot of charity work. He's given away millions of dollars. He's opened up his own food pantry, given away a ton of food to the homeless and to the needy, especially during the pandemic and just helping out the homeless in general. He's done a lot of good charity work. I think he's just, I mean, it's really expensive to hire people to work on the sets and produce them and whatnot. I can see where people are coming from, where they think the money's kind of wasted for like a dumb YouTube video. But at the same time, guys, keep in mind, Mr. Beast has done a lot of charity work himself. He's donated a lot of stuff. So I can see where people are coming from. But at the same time, I don't think it's as big a deal as what people think it is at the same time. At least from what I know.
I'm about to end this man's career. This is how you dab, right? It's been a while since 2016. So. I forgot.
Yeah, you didn't even do it right, though. Come on, man.
So I was also kind of on the fence. But then I saw this really good video by this YouTuber called The Cavernacle. He made a really good analysis about it. He basically, I was also on the fence, but after I heard his points, I was like, he spit in a lot of facts.
So what do you say? I'm actually curious about this because what I just talked about is what I currently know about the Mr. Beast situation.
Yeah, so he's saying basically that it kind of defeats the point of Squid Game, the show, like the message of the show,
Oh, okay.
which is one
Okay.
part,
Okay.
which is true. Like, I guess, yeah, it is kind of
I
fucked
mean,
up, which
I
is
mean, if
kind
you
of
think
like,
of,
yeah,
yeah, I mean, like Squid Game, the point of Squid Game, people compete for money, but they also, most of them die in the process of doing it. There are people who have nothing left to lose and they figure, hey, you know what? I might die, but I also might get a lot of money to turn my life around from my poor living
yeah,
situation. Whereas Mr. Beast's video, I'm assuming anyway, no one's going to die in the middle of the video that I'm aware of. So unless he does that, then it'll definitely be like Squid Game. But I
yeah,
could that argument too, though. Mr. Beast, he's gonna no matter what, because he's done this. I remember in a lot of video. I'm not subbed to Mr. Beast. Yes, I know. I'm sorry,
yeah. No, I'm not
Mr.
12
Beast.
either. Yeah,
I'm so sorry. I mean, he would have given us money for that
yeah,
too,
we're grown
probably.
ass
But
men. We kind of
yeah,
don't watch that type of
we
shit.
are proud to admit we are not subscribed to the Beast Army. No, like I said, I don't hate Mr. Beast or anything. I think he's a fine enough YouTuber. I've been entertained by many of his videos in the past. That being said, though, I'm not a huge fan either.
Yeah,
But I have caught
but
some of.
yeah,
I'm
no,
saying,
but what? Shut up, Ryan.
no, I want to finish my point first.
Okay, okay. I wasn't done either, but okay.
What,
I
what,
mean, he has the video has a lot of points, but go ahead.
what, I'll conclude this particular point off with this. Mr. Beast, like, again, he's given away a lot of money in Squid Game, but Mr. Beast has started this trend in his videos where in the past, where if people lost, they didn't get anything. In his earlier videos, like, if you entered the competition, you lost, sorry, buddy, better luck next time. But in his recent videos, no matter who they are, no matter how many people lose, they get a prize. Everyone gets something. They either get money, they get a gaming console. Some people have gotten a car. I can kind of see the defeats the point of Squid Game kind of thing because everyone in his videos recently have gotten a prize, no matter
Yeah,
if they've.
but another point, it's like, so Squid Game also critiques the way that these like game shows are kind of predatory and exploitative. Because you know it's called poverty porn. It's like a term in media that is meant to like romanticize poverty, so it doesn't look that bad, or it's
Yeah,
essentially just for like the entertainment of
yeah,
a wealthier class, which is something
that,
that happens a lot in Mr. Beast videos. Like, there's this clip where he goes to like the house of the guy who just won a lot of money, and they show like how kind of shitty the place he lives at
and they're
is.
like, this is how we're gonna upgrade it for him, all this new furniture and stuff.
Yeah, so they're like kind of mean about it. Like, it's really weird.
I mean, like
Um,
they don't really need to show that part though. If they really want to make the video, I guess they don't really need to do that because that kind of goes back to the idea of Squid Game too, because Squid Game critiques that kind of genre, if you want to call it that, because literally this tournament organized by all these rich people that have these people compete for all this money, dude, they're enjoying it. That's like their entertainment for them. They have everything in the palm of their hand. They have the money, they have power, but watching these people compete for money at the risk of death, that's entertainment for them, and that's like a culture that Squid Game captures, I think, really well, from what I understand of the show. And it's something that, again, that's actually a good point too, tying it back to Mr. Beast videos and whatnot too that you brought up, and from that YouTuber, I'm guessing too, that you watched, because
yeah,
Mr. Beast,
I stole all these arguments. I don't care. I'm 50,
yes, he's 52 actually, but you know, hey.
dude.
Sorry, I had to reveal your age. I mean, one of
Cutting
these
that
days.
out.
Yeah, okay, damn it. All right, so Emilio's fine. I lied. Emilio's 51 and a half.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. But yeah, I agree with you, though. It does kind of tie back to Mr. Beast videos. It's kind of a cultural thing. I never really stopped to think about, actually. Because if you just look at like the surface level argument, like, oh, Mr. Beast giving away money, charity, and whatnot, people making fun of him and whatnot for spending a bunch of money on a video, yada, yada. But if you look in the deeper themes of how Squid Game connects to Mr. Beast videos, okay, I can
Welcome
kind of
to
see
our
it.
5-hour video essay about Mr. Beast.
Welcome to our TED Talk, guys. Mr. Beast Exposed, aka we're not getting a paycheck from him. Sadly.
So another point where it's like people always bring up kind of the charity, but he says that it's kind of a way that these like business people with like shitty business practices do to like sanitize their image. So like if you don't remember, like Mr. Beast, he took like a government loan to fund his like business, and he's like saying like, well, that's kind of shitty. That might like your well, not mine, but Ryan's taxpayer money
Yeah,
is
my
being
tax,
used to
my tax
finance
dollars.
24
They're not.
hours in prison and shit.
They're never gonna get my plane. I've had this plane illegally stolen with my cryptocurrency business for a long time, and the government's not taking that away from me. Mr. Beast, you're not gonna cost me my broken down plane that anything won't be done with for the next 20 years.
And also, there's like a lot of tax loopholes if you donate money, like you get back or you get
Yeah,
written
I
off.
actually, it was something funny, kind of relating to what you said. I remember a while back, it was a few years ago, on the H3 podcast, Mr. Beast actually brought up about like his taxes and whatnot, because he gives away a lot of money and he spends a lot of money on videos and his company and whatnot. But the question kind of came into play because he didn't know how his taxes were going to fare. Who pays money on those? Like, who pays the taxes on the money he gives away?
Yeah.
Apparently, back then it was a very complicated tax scenario. Of course, we fast forward a few years now, and now Mr. Beast has given away a freaking $1 million island. So, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like it's definitely amped up in videos here and there. And now with this production of Squid Game, his most expensive video, kind of makes me wonder. Because another thing Mr. Beast likes to do is he flies out fans. Like it's a very community centric thing because most of the people in his videos they used to be his friends, but nowadays it's like fans he
Now they're
flies
no
out.
longer his friends. They betrayed him.
Actually, well, his friends, from what I gather, like his close friends in his videos, I guess,
I don't
work
know.
for him still and they help him
Yeah.
out.
I think
But
they're in the videos, yeah.
I think so. But yeah, but he flies out fans now too. So I think that's probably what ties the community together too, like defending him. Because I bet you some of the people defending him too are people that have won money from him too
Or
and
that they
whatnot as
want
well.
money from him.
Well, they want money or they have gotten money from like his videos and whatnot. I'm not saying that to say Mr. Beast is bad because I don't think Mr. Beast is a bad person or anything. I just think you got to keep an open mind with it on both angles too. Like,
Yeah, and the last point is like, I mean, I don't know how I feel about this. Maybe if we kind of look deeper into it, but this YouTuber, the Cavernacle, he argued that like this Team Trees and Team C's sort of thing, they're just kind of like publicity stunts because planting a whole crap ton of trees isn't like the issue isn't that we have less trees and that's not what's causing global warming. It's actually overproduction. Like for example, probably like these Marvel shirts that we're both
yeah,
rocking.
these carbon
They
chips were produced
produce
in a factory that helped pollute the earth.
yeah, they produce like 500 of those, and only me and Ryan have bought them.
Yeah, pretty much.
so
Marvel
like
game.
Marvel gang. Oh man, I hate the Peanuts comics. That's like the other one, right? Anyways,
This is why Emilio's playing the live action Charlie Brown in the next Peanuts film.
anyways, so yeah, and this whole team sees he calls it hypocritical because Mr. Beast has participated in and wanted to introduce NFTs into the project, which is kind of like iffy because NFTs are very like not environmentally friendly. They pollute the earth like a shit ton, and you know Mr. Beast has been involved in a lot of like NFT pump and dump schemes. So it's like I don't think he really cares about the environment. I think he's just using it for his image because he's also said that he wants to be like Elon Musk, but like Tesla factories are one of the biggest polluters on Earth. So
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
like
he stated Elon Musk is like one of his biggest heroes and inspirations as well. So
just a big yikes.
apparently, I'm just more disappointed about the whole Team C's thing. I spent years dumping all that trash in the ocean. And here they are trying to undo my great work. Now,
Where do
I'm
you
just
think the name Trash Talk came from?
yeah, trash talk came from me and Emilio polluting the ocean for all these years.
Yeah,
Ever since
used
Emilio and I
we
met.
used to work at the garbage collection
Yeah,
thingy in
I mean,
Ryansville, Pennsylvania, and we had really funny conversations, and we thought, oh, we
yeah.
should film these.
See, I remember I took days off work. I took like a month off work one time because I said I was going to the beach. Now, Emilio and I met up. We just spent all we did was literally just walk by. We talked to each other for a while, and we just went there to toss a bottle in the ocean. We just went there and just dumped trash for like an entire month. Every time.
Pretty
We
cool.
accumulated a lot, I must say. I mean, the trash on the beach in that video, me and Emilio, we got. I'm impressed by our work, actually.
Yeah, but now they're taking it away.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so after
Well,
this,
actually, it's like they're not doing anything because they're pumping out these NFTs.
it's just not in the ocean.
Yeah, it's a what's gonna Mr. Beast like do Team Air, and he's gonna I don't know suck up all the air and I
Purify
don't.
the air. Gosh damn it.
So yeah, I don't know. I already didn't I didn't have an opinion on Mr. Beast. I just knew him from I subscribed to him after all the fuck after all the PewDiePie videos. Hell yeah. Anyways, so yeah, I didn't have an opinion on Mr. Beast. I just thought yeah, he spends a lot of money. The videos don't really seem something I would enjoy,
No.
but they get a lot of views. So I mean, they didn't.
So,
Yeah,
yeah, may as well put them in the title because you're going to get a ton of views no matter what the opinion
and a
is.
couple of death threats.
Yeah, probably something like that. Like I said, I don't hate Mr. Beast as a person either. I think he's done a lot of work, even if artificial or otherwise. I mean, he's helped out people, it seems like. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan of his content or anything like that. I'm not subscribed to him.
Yeah,
Nor
you're
do
a
I
grown
watch
ass man.
video he puts out. Yeah, like I said, I'm not a fan of Mr. Beast per se, but at the same time, though, I don't hate the man or anything either. I think whatever he wants to do is kind of what he decides to, because he has the money. He has a YouTube channel that's huge. So I mean, hey. But either way, when it comes to the Squid Game controversy, though, guys, it really comes down to a matter of opinion and kind of how far you want to read into the whole thing. But there are some good points brought up that I wasn't even aware of. So for once, Emilio actually expanded my broad horizons on a YouTube controversial topic.
Anyway, so if you want to hear my theories on 9/11, I got some really good ones from a Shane Dawson video. So
What a great, reliable source.
Alrighty, Ryan. I think we have chance for one last topic.
All right, great. My butt plug collection.
For some reason, I've written down here. This isn't a topic on the list, but it just says best friend stolen because steroid deal gone wrong.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what that joke was, but I
read,
know it was one of Ryan's jokes.
No, I didn't come up with that one. You actually read that topic to me episodes ago.
You
pointed that. Yeah, you did. You pointed that out several
shit.
episodes ago.
Anyway, so my friend, his dad, he was gonna get the vasectomy, but it failed.
Wait, why are they reusing audio from past episodes?
And in that episode, do you remind me of what that podcast topic was?
I don't actually remember which one so the one you read, the steroid deal gone wrong, that was within the past several episodes we've done. It was after the one we did with Cole and the movie rankings and whatnot. It was after that. So between the election episode and this one, somewhere there. I'm not sure exactly. By the way, guys, did you know that the Olympics were really epic? Putin actually cheated at one point with urine samples.
Did you know that the beds are they made them out of cardboard so you can't have sex
very easily when you have sex on them?
Hey everybody, here at Future Emilio, just to let you know that this is in fact fake. They do not break if you jump on them.
Yeah, fake news, but still kind of funny.
So pick a number between 1 and 9.
10.
That's pretty epic that the Trash Talk podcast just had a rewind.
That was very retrospective on it. No, I'll go 5. Why not?
5. Ooh. Ah, crap. All right, so every time we try to talk about serious news, not YouTube drama or whatever, the audio kind of just gives up and I have to end up cutting it out, even though we spit some really interesting facts.
There was actually there's a few episodes I remember where we talked about some serious topics a few episodes ago, and that entire segment got completely shafted.
Yeah, so we talked about the Alec Baldwin stuff and it got I don't know, the audio came out weird.
That
But
entire ending segment got completely scrapped.
so hopefully this doesn't happen again. But
Oh, great. So, what's the topic this time around?
so I don't really have a super deep take on this, but this week was the verdict of the Kyle Rittenhouse trial, and he was left free after
Oh,
killing 3 people.
I actually don't know much about this situation, to be honest with you. Because when it
So
comes, I've heard of the news, but I don't know too much about it.
So, for those of you who don't know, I live in the United States and Ryan lives in Mexico, so maybe he doesn't know. But
Yeah.
so I think Jacob
Canon.
Blake, he was shot at by police, and there was a big protest in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Um, and this kid, Kyle Rittenhouse, he crossed state lines into Wisconsin to protect people from the Black Lives Matter protest. And he shot and killed 3 Black Lives Matter protesters. And this
Oh,
week, uh, he was set free. They did not charge him for manslaughter because apparently he was acting in self-defense, even though he was carrying an assault rifle through another state. And there's a video of him saying, "If I had my AK," and also the prosecutor was not allowed to refer to the victims as victims because the judge was really biased. So he was set free, and it sucks, but very
man.
bad, America. Very bad.
I mean, America, you've done a lot of things that are good. I live in this country,
Like
but you've
Pixel
also,
2,
yeah, well, that hasn't come out yet. But
Ah,
America, you've also, I must admit,
so
messed up in a,
nothing good has happened in that country. Never mind
unfortunately not.
that.
Well, fortunately, the Now You See Me video wasn't produced here, so that'll be one good thing America's done by extent, thankfully.
Idea by Ryan Bittner lives in the United States. That's how I credit you in it. What the
I'm
fuck?
actually, yeah, they have to mark every time from the United States, just so they clarify exactly who I am. I
Yeah.
am the United States.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's much we can say other than, well, they messed up in the jury, huh? Didn't they?
It's pretty much all you can say. I mean, like I said, I didn't know too much about the topic, and I don't even know what to say about that. It's just an awful situation, no matter how you want to look at it. I mean, people died and lost their lives. There was no charges solidified in
Yeah.
court or anything for the. I mean,
So
there's nothing else you can really add to that one. I mean, it's pretty clear cut. I mean, it's awful, no matter how you look at it.
pick a number between 1 and 4.
Between one and white.
4. Fantastic Four.
I feel like we just. Oh yeah, that was a great movie. I love the most recent Fantastic Four film that came out in like
All of them are
2015.
epic.
No, the first one was all right. Second one, not that much. The other one was awful. It was a terrible movie. Go with 3.
Alrighty. So I know Ryan's a big Taylor Swift fan.
Oh no, fucking Taylor
so-
Swift. Damn.
I didn't know this because I'm not really a big Taylor Swift fan, but I learned that she had to re-record all of her songs. So she owns the lyrics, but she doesn't own like the master, which to my understanding is the final audio export. So it's basically like Ryan owns what he says on this show, but he doesn't own the clip that goes up on Spotify.
Oh, man.
So I just thought it was interesting. I mean, I guess she re-recorded and re-released some songs. And one of them is about how shitty Jake Gyllenhaal was as a partner, and which, yeah, I mean, she was 19 and he was like 30, so that's a trash talk age gap.
Yeah. I have nothing to add on to this. Did you find this in like a Reddit or something and decide to do this a topic? I mean,
Yeah, it's just that I think it's like, aside from the drama stuff, I think it's interesting, that an artist has to re-record like their entire library because they got screwed by the label, kind of.
I mean, it's a shitty business practice when it comes to music, but I can't really speak toward Taylor Swift because like I like some of her songs, but I'm not a huge fan. I mean, I don't know. I can't really add much onto this one either, just because
Yeah,
I don't know much about Taylor Swift.
I really like All Star. Um, but I don't know. I guess
I'm pretty sure she didn't sing All
it.
Star.
But I don't know. Like, do you think like if you were an artist, would you re-record your entire like library of music?
Uh, I don't think I'd have to worry about that though at first. If I was an artist, auto-tuned farts, I don't think people would really want to distribute for a music label.
But
No. Inter- yeah, that's it's gonna be my new EP from the Hole. Check it out. No, I don't know. It's if I was an artist, I would want to have the rights to my own songs because especially if I was the songwriter, if I'm the one that wrote the lyrics, just because I made a deal with a music company. The music company, they're the people that have the resources to distribute the music and have other people hear it. Sure. But
they
if I'm the
own
one that
Spotify.
yeah, but even so though, Spotify, please don't ban us for this. But I
But
don't
fuck you,
completely think
Spotify.
look at have a guy listening to this and be like, "Oh, the trash talk boys again." Delete. Uh, no, I feel like if you are the one that sings the song, it's your intellectual property. If you write it out, then you should have a right. You should have a say in your own work and music. The music company might own it to a degree because they're the ones distributing it, but the artist should, I
Yeah.
think, be the primary owner. Again, especially if it's your intellectual property, if you wrote it.
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
feel
I
like,
mean, it's kind of like a lot of artists don't like go independent. They prefer doing it that way, just kind of uh, to dodge all this kind of BS. But
yeah,
like, I mean, I guess yeah, for Taylor Swift, it's a lot easier because she's like, I mean, she got Artist of the Decade at the Grammys, so it's kind of hard to say that if she like went independent, she would struggle, which would be like a complete lie. Like I don't know how many trash talks you can fit in just like her least listened to song.
um, really
Probably a
fit.
shit ton.
You
Um,
probably fit quite a bit because we've had. I don't even know how many episodes we're up to now on this show, but
22nd episode.
22nd episode of the season. I wonder how many lifetime episodes we'll have after the season's done. Probably
Yeah.
100 or so.
So basically, if you want to be an artist and you want to be scammed, contact us so you can have
Yeah,
this big PR moment, and then you know.
yeah. We'll feature you guys on the podcast, but we get to keep the audio and we get to distribute it illegally without your permission, and we get to auto tune it. We get to add in lyrics that you didn't say. We can do whatever we want with it, which means we could have an entire EP about Emilio kissing Aaron Rodgers, and we can
Oh,
distribute it
dude, I can't
without his
kiss him;
permission.
he'll die.
But dude, again, that is his fault. But this is all for the good of the music industry. Please, we need you to fly out to Wisconsin and kiss Aaron Rodgers. Uh, but yeah, guys. So we've covered a lot in this episode. A lot for you guys to think about. A lot of in-depth topics. Some of which were more intriguing than others. But I think all in all, guys, you
We had
guys should
8 topics on this show. It's a new record.
actually, yeah, 8 topics in one episode. We actually haven't covered that many, granted. So it's impressive. It's a new record for the show. We have next time we're going to cover 10 topics.
Well, I forgot how to end the show, so let's just stop recording. All right, bye.
If you guys want to follow the show, follow it on Spotify, Anchor, Google Podcast, Pocket Podcast Breaker, and many more. You can send us in a voice memo.
Spotify. You literally forgot Spotify is where most people
Whatever.
listen to this.
Okay. You can check out on Spotify as well. You can send us in a voice memo.
Jesus Christ, dude. It's like you've been doing
And-
this show for a week. When in reality,
Okay,
you've been
fine.
doing it for 4 years.
I was going to let Emilio have the glory of it, whatever. You guys can also send us the voice memo, and you may be featured in a future episode. You can check out my content at Mr. Beast Gaming and Mr. Beast 2. No, I'm just kidding. Not my channel, unfortunately. I don't want to get sued.
Whoops, you already plugged it. You don't get a second chance. So you can
Shit.
find me. All my links are down in the description.
You
Check them
guys
out.
can follow
Thank you
the
very
boss
much for
official-
watching.
The boss official.
Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you later. Thanks. Bye. There you go, bud. Speak. I've granted you permission.
Thank you. You guys can check out my content at The Boss Official and the Nostalgia Factor for all your retro gaming content, and The Boss Official for skits and memes and stuff. Check out the Bosscast podcast when I eventually upload more episodes, and Emilio will be the epic guest on there, where I mute him the entire time and I just talk about my day trip to Zimbabwe. So that'll be fun.
Oh, that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, dude. I didn't even want to be on that show, anyways. So,
all right, great.
bye.
Bye.